Good evening, and welcome to the Eric and Mike Birthday Bash. We ask that you please silence your cell phones, and smoking and vaping is only permitted outside of the theater. Thank you. And now, put your hands together and make some noise. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the birthday boys from the Big Max Morning Show, Eric Michaels and Mike Lee.
What up? We made it! We're doing this! Oh my God! Make some noise, Polk Theater! Let's hear it! Yeah!
Thank you. Good night, everybody.
All right,
appreciate it. Hello and welcome to the Eric and Mike Birthday Bash. If you don't know who we are, that is Mike. I am Eric. We host a little thing called the Big Max Morning Show. Big, not because of entertainment, because of size and girth. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
You don't get these dad bods by eating properly, FYI.
Two guys with the best dad bods in Polk County and no kids.
We have a great comedy show lined up for you tonight. However,
yeah, we do have good news and bad news. You guys want the good news first or the bad news? The good news is the show will go on. The bad news is there was this little thing, you might have heard about it, Hurricane Helene, and it grounded all the airplanes in Tampa, even the ones from Los Angeles and Las Vegas, Nevada, where Brett Ernst was flying in from. Yes. So we will not have Brett Ernst on the show tonight. However, we do have an amazing headlining comedian who won Florida's funniest comedian. Ken Miller is here to fill his shoes. So let him hear you. He's here. It's going to be an awesome show. And of course, we still have Kevin Farley and Steve Simeone. Let them hear you. We're going to have a great time tonight, everybody. A great time.
one thing that we also would like to share with you, as a matter of fact, our staff that is here tonight doesn't even know about this.
Oh, yeah.
So this is brand spanking new, and Mike and I are very, very thrilled about it. Do you want the honors, or do you want me to do it?
Go ahead.
We have put our heads together, we have put our money together, we have put our time together, and you are looking at the CEO and president of a brand new nonprofit organization called Eric and Mike Saves the World.
Our whole goal is going to be to do charity things throughout the year so that we can raise money and then donate that money to families in need around town and also to other nonprofits that we feel are deserving. But we're going to be, you guys are going to hear a lot more about that as we're coming up on the holidays, so we've got something planned for that as well. But we're super excited about it. It's called Eric and Mike Saves the World. I don't know if we could have come up with a better name. Our whole goal is to save the world, baby.
And as a matter of fact, $1 of every ticket sold tonight is going to a very important charity that's called the Eric and Mike Retirement Fund.
Yeah.
So we appreciate that, and thank you very much.
I'm hoping that we can retire on $20. No.
But no, we're a legit 501(c), so This man right here is the one that spearheaded all of it. So if you would, show him some love, because this is the guy that did it.
Yeah, we're super excited, and our sales staff just heard about it for the first time, so they're back there going, holy shit. What are we going to do now?
Speaking of that S word.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. We haven't got to that part yet.
If you are fans of the Big Max Morning Show, thank you. If you're not, what's wrong with you? And this is nothing like our show. We are governed by the FCC and their rules. We are also governed by our bosses and their rules, and there are things that we can and cannot say. However, this is our show.
Damn right!
So the language will be a little salty, and if you are offended by it, we're sorry, but that's just the way it is. I mean, it's nothing that, you know, your son, daughter, granddaughter, grandson haven't said before when you're not in the room.
Is there anybody in the house tonight that is easily offended? Clap your hands. Perfect.
Excellent.
Love Polk County. I love Polk County.
Yes, yes. We do.
Also, if you are easily offended, you're also a pussy because you didn't clap your hands.
There are some folks that we need to thank here real quick, and those are the ladies and gentlemen, the fine businesses here in Polk County and around the area that has helped us put this show on tonight. We would like to thank in particular Inside Auctioneers. They're our title sponsors, so thank you, Sean, and everybody.
Please give them a huge round of applause, because this would not be going on without Inside Auctioneers. We absolutely love Sean and Sierra and the whole team over there, so thank you guys very much.
Also, big thanks to Tunes and Tint. They have always helped us out on all of our events.
If you guys have ever been to any one of our remotes, you've seen our van, and that is all decked out by that team. So if you guys are looking for anything, I mean, I know you're not all looking to drive a radio station van around town, I get it. But if you're just looking for tent, new tires, any the bed liners, these guys are absolute professionals, so please go check out Tunes and Tent.
We also have Garrison Life, Robert Benz Roofing, who you may need after yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Helene is making sure that Robert Benz stays in business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Teriyaki Madness, Mannix Pools and Grills, Williford Flooring, and of course LDDA, that's the Lakeland Downtown Development Association.
Thank you guys all so much. Another big round of applause for our sponsors, please, who without this would not be happening.
Have we covered everything?
I think so. Are you good?
I'm getting ready, that's
I'm
for sure.
so excited. Are you guys excited?
Oh, wow, excellent.
We got a whole night of comedy planned for you, but first,
we held auditions for the comics that you're going to see tonight, and we had some that
they didn't quite make the cut.
Just didn't quite make it. But what we did is, unbeknownst to them, we took all of their audition videos and we have compiled them into some of their best stuff.
Oh, it's fantastic.
And I don't know if any of them are here or not, but remember when you signed the release form, it said that we owned the videos. So, should we go ahead and do this?
I think so, yeah.
All right. Here is the audition video of the comics that didn't quite make it.
Hey, I need to be a stand-up comedian. You know, my wife complains. I never give her any jewelry. I said, well, honey, the last time I gave a woman a nice pair of bracelets, she was in the back of a squad car. Hey, forget about it.
Did you hear about the street performer that had to perform his show during a hurricane? It was mind-blowing.
If you'd rather swerve and hit 10 bicycles rather than to hit a swan, you might be from Lakeland.
Hey, what's the deal with the Big Mac's morning show? What are they trying to move in on McDonald's? What's the deal? What are they trying to move in on McDonald's? Huh? The Big Mac? Where you got sesame seeds on that morning show? What's the deal with that? That's the best Jerry Seinfeld that you're gonna see anywhere.
Beat your butter and the sugar and your creamer. No, wait. Beat your sugar, your eggs, and your butter until it's really hard, and then you're gonna take it and you're gonna put it in the oven. No, first you're going to add flour, and then you're gonna roll it into these small balls.
What's the difference between the bird flu and the swine flu? One requires treatment and the other an ointment.
You know, a drunk wakes up in the jail and says, why am I here? My deputy says, for drinking. The guy says, great, when do we start? Hey, forget about it.
I heard Humpty Dumpty had a horrible summer, but made up for it with a great fall.
If you give a homeless man a $5 bill and ask for change, you might be from Lakeland.
I never thought that Eric and Mike would even live to be this old. I never thought they'd live to be this old.
Put the balls on a greased cookie sheet, and the recipe says you bake it for about 10 to 12 minutes. I like to bake it for about 13 to 15 minutes, or until you think they're done.
All right, what do you call a fake noodle? An impasta.
An officer pulls a guy over, driving on the wrong side of the road. The driver said, I'm British. The cop says, whoa, it's on the wrong side of me road, you're driving on the mate. Forget about it.
You've heard about it raining cats and dogs, but what about it raining chickens and ducks? That's some foul weather.
If your town has a road diet and you think it's all about eating, you might be from Lakeland.
Every time I turn on, I hear Eric and Mike. I said, turn that station, get her done.
Place the wire rack on a counter, and then you're gonna take those cookies and you're gonna put them on there and you're gonna let them cool off until you're ready to start eating.
How does a lawyer say goodbye? I'll be suing ya.
Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating at her pub sub. A deputy came up, a guy with a sniffling dog, and said, "This dog tells me you're on drugs." The guy said, "I'm on drugs? You're the one talking to dogs." Forget about it.
If you think Graceland is the height of home decor, you might be from Lakeland. If you think the Polk Parkway refers to a long garage, you might be from Lakeland.
Yeah, Eric and Mike, how hard is it to just do a fart joke and say, and here's another song from Madonna?
All right, what do you call a wizard who's good with ceramics? Harry Pottery.
Wait, this isn't the audition for Cooking with Eric and Mike?
I'm really good at things other than impressions. Happy birthday, boys.
If you don't select me, off with you. You know what I'm saying?
Give it up for him, everybody. Oh, man. That was Grady Judd's best attempt at stand-up, and it was awesome. We actually went down to the sheriff's office into his production studio, like $100,000, $200,000 studio, so that he could sit there and go, forget about it. Killed us. All right, are you guys having fun? Are you ready for your first comedian of the night? These are the real, well, kind of. This next comedian is kind of a real comedian. It's only his third time ever doing it, but he's actually damn good. I convinced him several years ago to take the stage for the first time, and he's out here to kill it for you tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, my morning co-host, give it up for Eric Michael!
Okay, that sucked. Let's try it again. One more time. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I haven't done this a lot. I'm actually quite nervous, and I was told that I should probably start with a joke that I know, but the joke that I know is really pretty stupid. But can I show it to you anyway? Okay. This is just kind of like an icebreaker. I mean, we're going to start the show like down here, so, the rest of the comics can look really good, actually. It's kind of like the music we play. We play Cyndi Lauper, so the rest of them sound good. So anyway, here we go. Here we go. You ready? This is it. This is it. Do you know what that is? A caveman masturbating a dinosaur. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much. Here we are, 2024. What a year it has been. I celebrated a birthday just about 2 weeks ago, and I turned 60 years old. What in the hell are you applauding for? Hey, look, the fat man did it, and he doesn't even have diabetes. Yay! Oh, man. I noticed one thing, that when you reach this age, it just dawned on me that I haven't seen my doctor's face since I turned 55. Have you noticed that? Because he goes from paying attention to up here to paying attention back here all of a sudden. It's like, Doc, where are you? Of course, ladies, you know all about that. When you were about, 13, 14, all you saw was your doctor's eyes, as he would say, slide down just a little bit. This may pinch a little, and you may feel some cold. But it's like they go from paying attention, like I mentioned, from up here to back here. And it really kind of sounds like, if you think about it, kind of a really sick Jeff Foxworthy joke. If your doctor pays attention to your balls and then pays attention to your ass, you might be 60. But then that got me thinking, what else would be included in that? If you go to the mall for exercise, you might be 60. If your shirt has more soup stains on it than buttons, you might be 60. If you go to a museum and actually read the plaques, you might be 60. If you play pickleball, that's it. If you play pickleball, you might be 60. Anybody in here play pickleball? Yeah, thanks. The one person. That's cool. Great. I have noticed that since I turned 60, I have a lot less tolerance for things. Have you noticed that? Anybody a lot less tolerance? Drivers, stupidity, human race in general. I've really started to think that we kind of need to get back to the basics. It should be like the survival of the fittest. You know what I mean? And I think the best way to do that is take warning labels off of crap. You know? Go ahead. Eat paint. Go ahead. Text while you drive. Oh. Go ahead, eat Tide Pods. You know, whatever. Just strip those warning labels and we should be good, right? Am I right? Thin the herd. Thank you for volunteering, appreciate it. But back when we were younger, if you got hurt on the monkey bars, your parents didn't say, "We're gonna sue." Your mom said, "There's no blood. Get back out there. I'm watching As the World Turns. Get out of here, kid. You're okay." Young and the Restless. Another thing that has happened to me in this past year was I had a long 10-year relationship come to the end. And, I notice you don't applaud that one. I bet if I got up here and said, "Hey, I just lost 160 pounds and she was 5'4", you'd be like, "Yeah, way to go!" But I'm back on the dating scene, and oh my Lord, does that suck. I mean, they all have their own dating language. They have their own dating apps. They want to go on virtual dates. I mean, my pickup lines used to consist of, "Hey, you're kind of foxy. I made you a mixtape. Want to go down to the arcade? I've got some quarters." You say crap like that now, man, they're going to think you're a Catholic priest or something. But, so I guess now what I've got to do to appeal to ladies that are my age, I need to change my approach. So I've worked on a couple of pickup lines, things that I know, things that I can do really well and deliver, and tell me if these work. I separated my laundry today. I vacuumed. I can load the dishwasher. And honey, I can mop your floors. Oh, good, okay. Jot that down, those lines work. Cool. But dating at this age, I've come to the conclusion that it's kind of like going shopping at Goodwill. Oh, don't give me that awe stuff. Just wait a second. It's kind of like shopping at Goodwill because on the rack it looks really good and you're like, man, Why did somebody get rid of this? And then you go up, you pay your $3 or $4, you take it home, and then you go, oh, now I know why they got rid of this. But I guess I should be glad that she ended things after 10 years because her children were really, really ungrateful. Just absolutely ungrateful. I mean, let's take her son, for example. For his birthday one year, I gave him a trampoline, okay? Bought him a trampoline. I thought he'd love it, thought he'd get out there and play. You know what that kid did? He was so ungrateful, he just cried and cried and cried. I mean, he sat there in his wheelchair and just cried and cried. I mean, I went over to him, I threw him on it, I tried to make it bounce for him, and I just bawled. Ungrateful. Jesus. Oh, you think that's bad? Strap yourself in, because this last one's a doozy. All right? But I will admit that I do miss my ex. I miss her a lot. Yeah. And that does remind me that I do need to get the sights on my gun repaired. That joke just didn't work. Let's try it again. I do miss her a lot. That reminds me I should get the sights on my gun repaired. There we go. Thank you so very much for coming out tonight to the big birthday bash. I'm Eric. Please welcome back to the stage the one and only Mike Lee.
Give it up for Eric one more time, everybody. Come on. I think you should have gone further with that goodwill analogy. Now that I got it home, I realize how itchy it is. Things don't feel right, and it's way furrier than I remember. Okay. Now it's my time with you guys. Are you ready for me? I like to get the energy up. I want to hear you guys make some noise, but first I want to hear from the fellas. Fellas, where are you at tonight? Fellas! Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You can feel the testosterone. I am man, strong like bull, hung like horse. I fuck you. I'm a manly man. I like to do manly things. I like to drink beer, watch sports. I like to do manly stuff, you know what I mean? I'm a manly man who owns a Shih Tzu. You guys remember Buster, right? My dog Buster, I had him for 17 years. I love that little bastard. He's my little white fluffy Shih Tzu, you know what I mean? Where are my dog people at? Dog people! That's what I'm talking. Where are the cat people at? Cat people! There's your psychos. There they are. Yeah. We found them. We've identified the problem. I'm a dog person. I love Buster. He's my little white fluffy. He was the product of a past relationship. We were together when I first moved down to Florida, and we had a small apartment up on Cypress Gardens Road, and they wouldn't allow dogs over 20 pounds. So I was like, let's get a Shih Tzu. It'll be great. Sure, it was great for a while. Then 6 months later, the relationship ended, and here's this big manly man with a little white fluffy dog yelling back at the balcony, "You can keep the apartment. I'm taking the dog." He was great, though. I loved that dog. He did pass away. I do miss him. I had him for 17 years, seriously. And I remember every day he would go, when somebody would knock at the door, like any other dog, he would go apeshit. Just going crazy. But he's Chinese, right? So I always pictured in my head that he was yelling at him like with a Chinese accent. Like, "Oh, you get away from my door, round eye. You no more knock on my door. You go away now, I bite your package." I love dogs. We have my current fiance. She's here tonight. Give her a round of applause. You guys have all, if you listen to the show at all, you've heard me talk about her. We have two dogs right now. We have Willow and Nelson. And Willow and Nelson. Willow is a fat little, she's a mutt. She's a mutt, that's what she is. She's like a pit and a lab mix. She's super fat though, like she loves the food, right? She's like, anything, give me the food, I love the food. We call her Willow the Pillow. Yeah, Willow Pillow Pants. And she's like, give me the food, I don't care, give me the food, give me the food, give me the food. And then we have Nelson, who's a Labradoodle, and Nelson is like a picky little bitch. Like, he's everything. He'll sniff it first, go, I don't know, is this chicken kosher? I don't know if I like this sort of thing. We fed him tonight. We make a dog slop, like chicken and beans, and then we'll put some kibble in it. And tonight, as we were leaving the house, we were waiting for Nelson to finish his meal because he's like, I'm sorry, I'm slowly picking out my black beans first. Then I'm going to move over to the chicken breast and the thigh, and then I'll have the kibble. That's the way he is. I don't know. I'm a manly. You guys have heard me talk about manly soap before on the air. Manly soap guy. Anybody take a shower? I took a shower. You're all welcome. I took a shower before the show tonight. Let me ask, couples out there? Round of applause, couples. I don't know about you, but this has happened to me before, where I'm in the shower and I'm going to, wash myself, and I realize I'm out of my own soap. Right? Has that ever happened, guys? Yeah. So then you have to use your wife's soap, right? And here's the thing, I'm a man, right? My wife she shops for soap where women shop for soap. Bath and Body Works, I love Bath and Body Works. Oh, it smells so good. I get the body wash. I'm a man, I shop for soap where men shop for soap. Walmart. I get the Irish Spring, rub it on, rush it up. Man, it smells like the hills of Ireland. Right? So I'm in the shower and I'm like, I realize I don't have any of my own soap, and I'm like, hey, I don't have any soap. And she goes, it's all right, you just use the body wash. I'm like, I don't know how to use this stuff. Oh my gosh, it's like I'm back in high school. I like to hear the ripple as the crowd slowly gets done. I'm like, I don't know how to use this stuff. She goes, you use a loofah. I'm like, what the f is a loofah? I don't know. She goes, it's the thing on the wall. I was like, oh no, I ain't using a loofah. I'm a man. I don't use a loofah. Just use the damn loofah. So I'm using the loofah. And I gotta tell you, it's hard to be up here and act manly when all of this smells like Japanese cherry blossoms. It's not good. Not good at all. I do love her, though. We've been together for 5 years now. And yes, thank you. We're like the exact opposite of Eric right now. We're kind of in there pretty tight. And I knew it. I knew when we started dating that she was going to be the one. You know why? Because we just got along immediately. We were friends for 15 years before we ever started dating. And as soon as we started dating, I just knew she was the one, because we both like to imbibe. We got anybody drinking tonight? Yeah, we got some drinkers. Yeah, having a good time. We're not like alcoholics, but we like to go out and have a good time. So, yeah, yeah. So, like one of our third dates, right? One of our third dates, we're gonna go to a concert, and I'm like, man, I don't know, man. You guys know I'm cheap. I don't want to pay $12 for a beer, $15 for a cocktail. She's like, don't worry, baby, I got you. I got tampon shots. I'm like, what the hell are tampon shots? Now, before you guys think it's anything gross, it's nothing gross, all right? It's like one of those things, like the fake cans of shaving cream that you would take off the bottom and you hide stuff in there. It's kind of the same concept, only this was like a tampon, like a single tampon in the package, but instead of it being a tampon, it's a plastic vessel that holds 2 ounces of liquor. I'm like, this is my woman. I love this woman. We go to concert, drink tampon shots. I love it. You know what I mean? I was like, this is going to be so great. And then I started thinking about it. We're going to be going through security, and there's going to be that guy at the front, with the wand going through the bags. He's going to be like, excuse me, ma'am, why do you have 75 tampons? But she's a beast. She'll be like, leave me alone. I'm on a heavy cycle. Don't mess with me. I'll sling one of these things around and make it look like a massacre. To picture we're all in section 15. They're like, excuse me, we have a problem at section 15. It appears that 35 people have started drinking tampons. Just passing them out to everybody. Oh man, we get into arguments, every couple does, but we also like to just give each other shit all the time. Like the other night, I was getting ready for a show. You guys know I do comedy pretty much every weekend. I own the Laugh Out Lounge in Winter Haven, Florida. If you've ever been, thank you. But I'm getting ready for a show, and I had just gotten out of the shower, and I just have my shirt on. I haven't put any pants on. I don't have any shoes or socks on. I'm just in my underwear and a t-shirt, basically. And I'm going to the kitchen to get myself something to drink. And she's in there, and she sees me with my shirt hanging down, and she goes, "Hey, baby, you been taking that no acetol?" I was like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? She goes, because the way your shirt's hanging over your butt, it looks like you got no acetol. I was like, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I reached up on top of the fridge where we keep our pills, and I grabbed a bottle, and I said, no, actually, I've been taking this anti-bitchamine. I don't know if you heard of that. She was like, yeah, you keep it up, you'll be taking no puss at all. How about that? Yeah. She questioned my fiance, the love of my life, questioned my sexuality the other day. Yeah. She didn't do it directly. She bought a bidet for us to use. How many of you guys are bidet users? Bidet people? I mean, it's questionable if you're homos or not. I don't know. I don't know. Look, I didn't know what to think. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. You know, if you don't know what a bidet is, it's a thing that goes in the toilet. You can insert it and it squirts water up at the holiest of holies. And it's supposed to clean it off. And some people really, really enjoy it. But I don't know how to use this thing, and I'm sitting on it, and it's like, I'm sitting on this thing, and apparently it has to be aimed correctly. So I'm sitting on this thing moving around. It's like the worst rap video ever, me twerking on a bidet, trying to get this thing where it's supposed to go. It's like, almost, oh. Okay. I like the bidet. It's good. But then I found out it has different settings, and apparently there's two settings, right? There's one for the rear for everybody, and there's another one for the front for the ladies. And I was hitting the one for the front for the ladies. And now I'm kind of questioning where my butthole's at. Do I have a messed up anatomy? Like, it's like not where it's supposed to be? Is this why I felt awkward my whole life? Like, I'm in the middle of transitioning and didn't even know it. Messed up. We just got back from Las Vegas. And I gotta tell you, Las Vegas is awesome. We stayed at a pretty nice hotel, but it wasn't nice enough to have a bidet. And I got used to using my bidet. And now, I gotta wipe my own ass like a pauper. I seriously thought about calling down to the front desk and being like, excuse me, this is Vegas, right? Yeah, anything goes, is that good? Yeah, okay. Look, you guys don't have a bidet. Do you think you could send one of those Mexican housemaids up with a water gun? Yeah. Make sure it's a big one. I went to the buffet. Better bring up the Super Soaker 500. Just have her let herself in. I'll be in the ready position. And bring some extra towels. Thanks. Oh my God. I feel silly now. I've got to get out of here. Are you guys having fun? Are you ready? We're about to bring up your next comedian. My name is Mike Lee. Thank you. That's my time. We're just going to keep this thing rocking and rolling. We're going to have a good time tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Your next comedian coming to the stage is the winner of Florida's Funniest Comedian here, a statewide competition all across Florida. He is the winner of it, and he won Steve Harvey's stand-up spotlight. He's right out of Orlando. Make some noise for my good friend, Mr. Ken Miller, everybody. Ken Miller!
Kill it. Don't adjust your eyes, I am black. Look. I was like, that ain't Brett. Who is this? I'm happy to be here tonight with you guys and not with my children, so that's good. Who in here got multiple kids? Multiple kids. How many kids you got? Who's your favorite?
The oldest.
Thank you. Everybody got a favorite kid. I got 2 kids. My son, 24, my daughter, 18. My daughter, my favorite child. Yeah, I take a bullet for my daughter. My son, he can get shot. Don't go, I'll shoot him myself. He an asshole. He is. He 24 years old. He still live with me. And he one of them workout dudes. He work out every day. He gonna come in the house like, Daddy, new year, new you. You gotta go to the gym with me and start working out. I said, all right, cool, Junior, I'll go to the gym with you. All right, I'm thinking he gonna take me to Planet Fitness, because they got pizza on Monday. Now, he took me to a CrossFit gym. Yeah, you ever been to one of them? Bruh, they're in there busting windows, picking up that big ass tire. They got them 2 ropes. I'm black, I thought it was double dutch. I was in there like that. They said, man, get your ass out of here. They still act like kids, 24, 18, they act like kids. They ask me for shit that kids ask for. My son came in the house and says, Dad, I think we should get a dog. I said, I think you should move the fuck out, because I don't like dogs. Now, if you're a dog person, don't be mad. I don't like dogs, because when I was a kid, I got bit by a dog, so I'm scared of dogs. And 3 weeks ago, understand this, I'm 47 years old. 3 weeks ago, I got chased by a pit bull. I'm running from the dog, and I jumped on the trunk of my car. The lady that owned the dog says, hey, don't run for my dog. She gonna think you playing and she gonna bite you. I said, bitch, what kind of logic is that? You ever been playing hide go seek with your kids? You can't even take a chunk out their ass. That's how the goddamn game go. So if you want a pit bull, I got one in the trunk of my car. He crazy. I call him Kanye. He wild. He wild. Being a parent is a ripoff. It is. You know what the biggest ripoff is? The Tooth Fairy. No, the Tooth Fairy's a ripoff. You tell me I gotta give you money for something that you're supposed to lose, that's bullshit. See that brother right there on the corner, sir? You done lost all your hair. Ain't nobody gave you a goddamn dime. Every morning you on the plate, where is the hair fairy at? My brother, somebody owe you $18,000, sir. Rip off. Mom, up front, Mom, how much you give your kid for one tooth? How much?
Me?
Yeah. $5. You an asshole. No. I hope you get kidnapped tonight. I do. Now, if that's a kidnapping, here, kidnap this white lady for me. You right here with the beard. You look like you kidnap people. Take care of that for me. No, that's the murderer right there. That's the killer. I saw you on Unsolved Mysteries this morning. That's the murderer. He gonna go a beard like we don't recognize his ass. That's the killer. $5. Gave my son $5. You know what he did the next night? Pulled out another tooth. $5 more. Third night, another tooth, $5 more. You know what he did on the 4th night? Took his grandma dentures, put them under the pillow. Had to get that bastard $375. And that's why he's not my favorite child. My daughter's my favorite. Look, any man in here will tell you our daughters are our favorite. It is. We'll fight for our daughters. I take a bullet for my daughter. Listen to me, y'all. I would get arrested for my daughter. And I know this. So I got arrested last year at my daughter's school. I choked the shit out of this 10th grader. Now, before you judge me, white lady, before you judge me, this kid deserved to be choked. Now I'm having lunch with my daughter. She wants the chocolate milk. I said, baby, get the milk, come to the table. I gotta get back to work. My daughter got the milk, she's running to the table. As she's running to the table, this kid stuck his leg out and tripped my daughter. Right? She fell, milk everywhere. I picked my daughter up and says, baby, move back. I walk up to the kid and says, hey, little boy, you tripped my daughter. You need to apologize. No lie. He says, fuck you, Mr. Miller. So I start choking the shit out of this kid. I'd kill you, bam. Now, the reason I got arrested is because the kids put their cell phones out and made a TikTok of the fight. I was like this. Yeah, you laugh. I got 18 million views on the video. I'm viral. By the way, ma'am, TikTok is an app on the phone. I don't know who grandma's this. She don't got apps on her phone. She got a jitterbug phone. It's okay. She fall in the shower, be like, somebody come pick me up. This bullshit. My daughter's my favorite, and she's funny, great sense of humor. So I live in Orlando, Florida now, but I'm originally from Greensboro, North Carolina. I'm born and raised Tar Heel. Yeah. I had to drive from Orlando to Greensboro with my kids' mom, 10-hour trip. And 10 hours in the car with your kids make you realize how much you hate your children. Look, now, I was gonna leave my kids at a rest stop in South Carolina, but I didn't because I'm scared of their mama. Now, for real, my ex-wife crazy. My ex-wife is half black and half Italian, which makes her full Puerto Rican. Now, suavemente. Now we riding, and my daughter plays the daddy game. And mom, this is the daddy game. The daddy game is when your kids say, hey, daddy, you turn around and say what? They don't say shit back to you for 10 hours. So I say something to my daughter to shut her up, but her comeback so good, she win the argument. We hit the highway, she's ready to play the daddy game. She says, hey, daddy. And I said, hey, baby, what you want? Nothing. Second time, hey, daddy. I said, baby, what you want? None. Third time, I'm pissed. I'm done with this game. She tried to be cute. She said, hey, father. I said, hey, kid, what in the hell do you want? And she says, daddy, chill, relax. Look, there's a rainbow. Make a wish. I said, I wish you shut the fuck up. I thought I won the argument. You know, my daughter said to me, she's like, daddy, you ain't supposed to tell me your wish because it ain't gonna come true. And it did, because she talked for 10 hours. I'm just saying, mom, the Benadryl wasn't working. Yeah. And you know how hard it is to put Benadryl in the Capri Sun? Ma'am, Capri Suns are juice boxes that, who grandma's this? She ain't got no snacks in her house. I give my kids Benadryl all the time. And listen up, parents and grandparents, I got recipes for you. Yes, ma'am, I got Benadryl cupcakes. I got Benadryl brownies. Last week, I gave my daughter a Benadryl bubble bath. Now, oh no, for real, if you pour the medicine in the water, they go to sleep. But you gotta wake their ass up because they'll drown. And you don't want to be a killer like the murderer right there. You don't want to be a killer. I love that joke. That's my favorite joke. But people judging for that joke. That lady right there been judging me all night. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you. Looking at me in disgust. I can't believe you give your kids drugs to put them to sleep. That's right, ma'am. I do. But listen. Thank you. That shit's so stupid. That's for me and you. Don't blame me. Blame my mom. Okay, for all the parents in here, when you had your first kid and there's a problem, who's the first person you call? Mom. You need guidance, you need assistance, you need help. At the time, my son, 6 years old, very hyper, wouldn't sleep. First person I called, mom. I say, yo, mom, I can't get Juli to sleep. What should I do? She says, baby, that's easy. Give them Benadryl like I did when you were a kid. I says, cool, Ma. How much Benadryl should I give him? She said, how long you want his ass to sleep for? My mom's a murderer like you, she a killer. And guess what? She got a beard and everything. She's a grandmother. Now, where my grandparents at? Grandparents, clap it up, grandparents. How many grandkids you got? 3. Did you spank your kids? Yes, you did. Yes, he did. Watch this. Do you spank your grandchildren? No. And that's that bullshit. And that's the, cause my mom used to whoop us all the time. Don't touch her grandkids. She don't play that. But understand the backstory. I'm number 8 of 11 kids. Yes, when you got 11 kids, you gotta whoop somebody's ass every day out of spite. But do not touch her grandchildren. So here's a story, true story. I just bought a brand new house in Orlando, Florida. Understand this, I'm the first person in my family to ever own a home. First person to ever own a home. So I was excited. I invited my whole family from North Carolina to come to Florida to see my house. Matter of fact, I bought all the plane tickets. Yep. No, don't clap. I bought them on Spirit. Yeah. Do you know you get a whole plane for $49 on Spirit? You're gonna stop in Narnia before you get to Orlando, but you're gonna get here. Ma'am, Narnia is a science fiction. Who grandma is this? She got Tubi with ass. She don't got. My family doesn't travel. True story. Nobody in my family has ever left the state of North Carolina. I've been to 42 states, 9 countries. My family never left North Carolina. You know how I know this? Nobody in my family owns a suitcase. Nobody owns I had to send my brother a suitcase on Amazon. He got the suitcase and called me. Hey, bro, I got the suitcase. What do I put in the suitcase? I said, bro, you gotta put the essentials you're gonna need when you come to Florida. This motherfucker put pots and pans in the luggage. My brother got on the plane with an air fryer, ma'am. How this luggage cost more than the whole flight, brother? So my mom's visiting, and granddad, you let your grandkids get away with murder. You do. Y'all let we got whoopings. Y'all don't mess with your grandkids. And I didn't like that. So I let my kids know. I says, hey, I know your grandma here, but because she here, don't think y'all gonna act up, because if you do, I'll bust you upside your damn heads. My mama heard me. She was like, no, you not. No, you not gonna touch my grandchildren. I'll bust you upside your damn head if you touch my grandkid. I said, wait a minute, Mom, what you talking about? You used to whoop us all the time. I can't whoop my kids like you whooped us. Why not? This is what she said to me. She looked me straight in the face, and she says, Kenneth, I know I used to whoop you all the time. I'm sorry, baby, but Mama didn't know any better. What the fuck does that mean? Yo, that's the worst apology ever. I know I used to whoop you, but I didn't know any better. Do y'all know my mama beat me with a bag of flour one time? Yes, a bag of flour. To this day, I'm gluten-free. Look. I don't eat nothing with gluten. I don't like cookies. I don't like biscuits. I hate pancakes. I swear to God, I would burn every IHOP down in America. I hate pancakes. Because when I was a kid, we were poor. We used to have pancakes all the time, y'all. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, flour, water, pancakes. Flour, water, pancakes. I stood up for myself. I walked in the kitchen and says, Mama, I'm eating a bowl of cereal. I don't want pancakes. Bag of flour. Bam! Bust me upside the head. But then she sent me to school with all the flour on me. So I'm at the bus stop telling everybody I'm albino. Yeah. You know how hard that is in the hood? So I was embarrassed. I plotted my revenge. I said, I'm gonna embarrass my mama one day the way she embarrassed me. And I did. 25 years later. I had on to that grudge for 25 years. And I embarrassed my mama, but it was at the wrong time. So I was at my grandma's funeral. Don't go, oh, y'all my friend. My mama asshole. We family tonight. I want y'all to know my mama hates this joke. This is my favorite. My mama hates this joke. It is a true story. I'm driving to the funeral, and my mother calls me up, and she wants me to deliver the eulogy at the funeral. I says, cool, Mom, but why me? She says, baby, you do comedy. You speak in front of people. You be more comfortable than your brothers and sisters or cousins, because understand this, my grandma had 59 grandkids. And for me to speak at my grandma's funeral is an honor, because my grandmother's a part of our history. My grandma marched with Dr. Martin Luther King. She was part of the civil rights movement in the 60s, so my grandma's in history books, yeah. You clapping, you gonna hate my ass in a minute. I show up for the funeral, and at the time I was clean shaven. I had my military uniform on, guys. I'm former Army, did 9 years in the United States Army. Hook. Yeah, you clapping, you gonna hate me in a minute. I walk out, front row is the Senator of North Carolina. Next to him, the Mayor of Greensboro, North Carolina. Look out, 900 people at the funeral. I know. I have never spoken in front of that many people in my life. I get nervous. When I get nervous, I go into comedy mode. So I figure I should open up my grandma's eulogy with a joke. I was like, knock, knock. They was like, who's there? I said, not grandma, because she dead. My mama beat me with a bag of flour that night. I don't know where the hell she keep this flour at, because her purse ain't that big. I was a badass kid, bro. You can tell by up here, you can just tell I was a bad kid. And what do they say when you're a bad kid? You're gonna grow up and have kids just like, and here it is, 24-year-old son, and he still lives with me. Anybody got kids over the age of 21 still live with them? Okay. How old? 40, damn! Jesus, damn, is something wrong with him? Jesus. God, even the husband was like, this motherfucker will not move out. My son's 24, and this is my only rule for him, Mom. My only rule for my son, he can't bring any girls to the house without me knowing, because I don't want to catch them double dutching. But Mom, I'm gonna tell you how I caught my son double dutching. Now, I have the Ring doorbell. My son doesn't know how the Ring doorbell works, right? So you walk up to the door, the Ring catches you. My son doesn't know this. Who do I see? Junior and his little girlfriend holding hands. He then goes in the house, cuts the alarm off, which triggers the camera. Who do I see? Junior and his little girlfriend holding hands. He then calls me at work, asking me all these questions he knew the answers to. That's how I knew he was up to something. He called me at work like, yo, Dad, where you at? I said, I'm at work, Junior. Are you good? What's wrong, bro? He said, Dad, everything cool. What time you get off work today? I said, 3 o'clock like I have for the past 17 years. You know you can't call me at work, Junior. I could get fired. Why are you calling me? Mom, this I knew he was up to something. He said something to me he has never said in his life. He says, Dad, I just called to tell you I love you. Click his ass up to something. So I go to my manager and say, hey, I don't feel good. I got to go home early. Dad, I get in the car, I drive home, I get to the house, I park on the side of the house where he can't see the car. I walk to the front of the house and I stop because there's a car in my driveway. Nobody in my house drives this car. I go to the door, unlock the door, open the door. Junior got the chain on the door. I close the door, pop open the chain, walk to the back of the house. Junior is in my bed with his girlfriend. Now dance, what am I supposed to do? Bam, kick in the door, pop, 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 rat-a-tat-tat. Carol everybody in there. Real quick, I know this is a predominantly Caucasian audience. White people, I don't know if you know this, that's an African blow dart. I don't know if you knew what the fuck that was. Y'all need more African friends, okay? You can buy them on Amazon Prime, they $2.99. They got Benadryl at the tip. Put your ass right to sleep. Now, that shit's so stupid, right? It's so silly, it's so dumb. I don't shoot the house up. What I do is, I embarrass my son. I say the wrong name to the little girl he in the bed with. Cause I'm an asshole like that. Now I know my son, his girlfriend, her name is Amber, okay? Cause my son dates white girls. It's cool, he graduated from private school. Instead of saying Amber says, bam, Junior, when you and Diane get finished, I wanna see y'all in the living room. She jumped up and said, wait a minute, I ain't Diane, I'm Amber. She ain't have no shirt on, real pedophile moment for me. Now, I'm in the living room, I'm writing this shit down. I said, they gonna love this in Lakeland tonight. Got him. That little girl gets dressed, takes off. Junior comes out the back room, he's sweating like crazy and he naked. Look, grandma, I don't wanna gross you out. I don't wanna gross you out. But he was naked, his penis was on hard. But you know what I did? Shot it with the Benadryl. I put it right to sleep, bro. I'm from the South, born and raised, big family, 8 of 11 kids. Anybody else, big family back there? What you got? Huh? 11, what number are you? Oh, you number 2? 8 of 11. All my older siblings are girls. 7 older sisters. Yeah, so you know what that means. Hand-me-downs was messed up. Look, I'm in gym class, I got leotards on. I'm at basketball camp, my basketball jersey tucked into a pair of skirts. Yeah, you watch NBA basketball? Remember how the basketball players used to wear the headband to keep the sweat out? Not me, I had a scrunchie on. I'm like, yeah. This thing, I love my sisters. I hated having a bunch of sisters. Love my sisters, hated having a bunch of sisters. Cause when I got divorced the first time, my sisters tried to hook me up, but my sisters got real ugly friends. You laughing, my sisters, they ugly too. Don't go, oh, I got a sister that look like an Angry Bird. Ma'am, Angry Birds is a game on the phone. Get some apps on your phone. For real. My sister would never tell me what was wrong with their friend till I show up for the date. This how they got me. I show up for the date, my sister's like, hey, bro, this is Tanya. But she ain't tell me Tanya got 3 titties like Total Recall. Or this is Janet, but she ain't tell me Janet can't get wet and don't feed her after midnight. So this is what I did. I've come up with a way for men to investigate a woman they meet on the first date. What is your name, ma'am? I've been making fun of all night. Miss Juli, are you a Christian woman? Yes, you are. Miss Juli, are you going to heaven? You're going to hell after this joke. Okay. Miss Juli, you ready? This is the dirtiest joke I got. Matter of fact, my wife hates this joke. That's the only reason I'm doing it. She upstairs. Dirtiest joke I got. I come up with a way for men to investigate a woman they meet on the first date. Miss Juli, remember, dirtiest joke I got. On the first date, men, you want to know everything about the woman. What she been through in life, who she slept with, who she dated. On the first date, you make the girl send on a copy machine. Take a copy of the coochie, you send it to Carfax. Now you know the mileage, the water damage, if it's been hit, if it's been repoed, it got the VIN number on it. Okay, I went too far, Miss Juli. Miss Juli, are you married? That's your husband? Husband, what's your name, sir? Who? Bob. Hey, what's going on, Bob? I bet you don't even talk like that. You're probably like, hey, buddy, what's going on? You ever notice that's the voice every black comedian uses for white people? Hey, buddy. And we do the white walk, too. Hey, buddy, what's going on? I don't know any white people that talk like that. The only white person I know talk like that is Tiger Woods. Look. Hey, every time I do that joke, Bob, I think Tiger will open the door and go. How long y'all been married? 40 years. Give it up for 40. Bob, did she make you a better man? Ladies, that is a fact. Give it up for yourselves. It is a fact. The ladies make us better. I know this because when I met my wife, I was living bad, Bob. I was in a one-bedroom apartment and I had a futon in every room. No, my bed was a futon, couch in the living room, futon. If you ate dinner in my house, you at the dinner table in a goddamn futon. My wife introduced me to candles. You know what I'm talking about? The 3-wick candles from Bath and Body Works. Peach mango, I will eat that motherfucker. It smells so good. Cause I had a 1-wick candle from Dollar General with Jesus on the front. All my friends thought I was Puerto Rican. My wife introduced me to picture frames. Yes, cause when I met my wife, bro, I had, no lie, I had all my kids' pictures thumbtacked on the wall. She thought I kidnapped these motherfuckers, man. And they was in black and white. Where you get these pictures from? Cause my wife is older than me. Listen to me. Get you an older woman. Yes, they the best. But if you got an older woman, Bob, you gotta keep applesauce by the bed. Cause if you make love to her, her blood sugar go low, you'll kill her ass. Yeah, you gotta have applesauce, ranch, Metamucil, some lemon pepper wings, all flats. Thank you, we wanna do flats in the black community. We don't do them drums. My wife's older than me, my wife's 51 years old. We got through making love. And she looked at me and she says, Ken, I love you and I want to have your baby. I said, baby, you 51. You might die next year. I ain't raising no baby by myself. She beat me with a bag of flour that night. Where do y'all keep this flour at, ladies? My girl before that was my high school sweetheart. Found her on Facebook after not seeing her for 20 years. And she looked the same as she did in high school, because we got a saying in my community, and the saying is, black don't crack. Any black people here? Where y'all at? I don't. How old are you, bro? 48, he lying, 179 years old. I saw you in the Harriet Tubman movie. Why you lying to us? Wade in the waters. He voted for all the presidents. He was like, Washington was cool, but Lincoln freed us. I fuck with Lincoln. Found my high school sweetheart on Facebook, 20 years since I seen this woman. I seen her message, said, oh my God, Tamika, you look amazing. How's North Carolina? She says, North Carolina? She says, Ken, I moved to Orlando 10 years ago. We decided to meet up. 20 years since we seen each other. And she showed up for the date. She don't look like the Facebook picture. As you get older, ladies, change your damn profile picture. Tamika showed up, she 250 pounds bigger than the Facebook picture. Don't get me wrong, I love big women, but you can't surprise me with the bigness. You can't be skinny on Tuesday, fat as a motherfucker on Thursday. That ain't how this works. I said, hold up, wait a minute, Tamika. You don't look like the Facebook picture. What happened to you? You deceived me. She said, whatever, Ken. I'm going through some stuff. I said, what you going through, drive-thrus? Why you so big? She beat me with a bag of flour that night. I don't know where the hell. Man, I gotta get up out of here. Y'all having a good time so far? Before I go, man, first of all, shout out to Mike Lee and everybody, man. Like, Mike Lee texted me, Mike Lee texted me at 1 o'clock in the morning. Was like, hey, man, can you fill in for somebody? And my wife was like, what bitch texting you right now? And I was like, money. So shout out to Mike Lee for having me on the show. If you got social media, do me a favor. Please go out and follow me. It's 400. I should get 400 followers tonight. Ken Miller Comedy. That is K-E-N Miller Comedy. Please follow me. I would truly appreciate that. You guys are great. But before I go, man, I love doing comedy about my kids. I'm a father. I love being my son, 24 years old, and he dropped out of school to be a rapper. And but he can rap. He can rap. He's just a liar, right? And he got a stupid rap name. So understand this, my son's rap name is Young Gangster. And I says, Junior, you can't be Young Gangster. Daddy, why can't I be Young Gangster? This boy nothing gangster about you. First of all, you can't be a gangster. We live in a gated community. You can't be a gangster when there's a guard at the gate letting people in, Junior. You can't be a gangster when your father is the president of the Homeowners Association. No, for real, I'm the president of my HOA, I am. Yeah. You laughing, cut your grass, I put a lien on your house, don't fuck with me. Now, I'm an asshole as the president, because I treat it like the military. I walk around the neighborhood, I got fatigues on and a drill sergeant hat. And if I walk past the grass, if the grass is too high, I take a picture of the grass. I take the picture, I put it in your mailbox, I report you, that's right. My neighbors hate me. You know what they call me in my neighborhood? Karen. Hey man, that's my time. Y'all been dope, Lakeland, man. See y'all after the show, God bless.
Give it up for him, Ken Miller, everybody. What do you think so far? Pretty good, huh? Excellent. If I do have a very special announcement for the first couple of rows, so everybody that's behind the first two rows, if you just plug your ears for a second, I'll wave when you can listen, okay, if you would. First two rows, if you've got a special lanyard and a special wristband, you're gonna wanna go over here after the show is over, okay? See, they paid extra. They get to meet us. Yeah, big deal. Okay. It is our big birthday bash, and we're very excited to bring out the next guest out here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, let's show him a great big Lakeland welcome. You know him from Curb Your Enthusiasm. You know him from a ton of other great shows and movies. Please give it up for Kevin Farley, right here.
How's it going? You guys are good. Keep it going for Ken. What up? What'd you say? Keep it going for you. Fuck yeah, keep it going for me. Thank you very much, ma'am. It's my sister. We planned that whole thing. Yeah, I'm Kevin Farley. I used to sell asphalt. That's about the reaction I usually get from when I tell people I sold asphalt, yeah. But I did, I sold asphalt, yeah. Asphalt's not too hard to sell because you either want it or you don't. Yeah, it's true. I used to go up to guys. What's that?
Is that a true story?
Fuck yes, it's true. Why don't you shut up and not get... I'm kidding. You're gonna do that all night. Is that true? I think you're lying. No, I'm not lying. It's an actual true story. The rest of my act is a lie. Yeah, no, I truly sold asphalt, yeah. I mean, yeah, I used to go up to a guy and be like, hey, you want any asphalt? And they'd be like, no, yeah. I don't need any asphalt today. That's when my salesmanship would kick in and I'd be like, are you sure? Yeah, it was my dad's company, so I was too high in college, I didn't know what to do. So he said, just come and sell asphalt. And I said, yeah, I'll do that, yeah. So I don't remember after that, I guess I did comedy, and I forgot to have kids. Yeah, I don't have any kids. Yeah, you don't have kids? Yeah, fuck that, right? I don't know. So I'm just kind of alone, you know, I don't know what else to do. I go around by myself. I think service sucks, you know? After COVID, I think service sucks. I went to the Starbucks the other day, the guy didn't put the cap on the top of it and spilled all over me. I go, what the fuck are you doing? And he goes, COVID. You know, COVID, that happened 5 years ago. Now I gotta do self-checkout. I don't even know how to fucking do it. I didn't like the other checkout though, because the guy always went on too much, you know. I just wanted my bananas. I'd be like, how you doing, Joe? He'd go, not too good, Kev. I got a bum back, I got a bum knee, my wife's all over me, I might get fired. I'm like, shut up and give me my fucking bananas. Now I gotta do it myself. I don't even know how to do it. I get to the bananas, And I'm like putting it on the machine, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where's the number for the bananas? I gotta go, bananas! Bananas! Some guy with purple hair comes over. He's like, blip, 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 there you go. I said, how the fuck am I supposed to know how to do that? I stole the bananas. I did, I stole the bananas. Then you go out into the parking lot, you know, and you get these guys that put the cart in the parking spot. And I saw this guy, he put the fucking cart in the parking spot. I said, put your fucking cart in the cart corral. He goes, blow it out your ass. I go, I will. I realized I'd lost that exchange. Right, so, you know, now I'm just by myself. I got weird friends. When you're alone, you know, I'm married, but I got weird friends, you know. I got a friend of mine who's a drug addict, you know. Terry, he lives a couple doors down. Terry knocks on my door the other day. He said, hey, I made a turkey. You want to come over and eat my turkey? I said, I don't know, Terry, are you off your meth? He's like, yeah, I've been off my meth for like 5 days. I said, that's not a lot of time, Terry. And he goes, just come over and eat my turkey. So I go over there, I start eating the turkey, I start feeling a little funny. I said, Terry, what the fuck? I feel a little funny. And he goes, I know. I put Molly in the turkey. I said, what the fuck, man? I've never done Molly, Terry. Am I on Molly? And he goes, no, I'd never do that to you. I go, thank God. And he goes, yeah, I did do that to you. So I don't know if I did Molly or had shitty turkey. I don't know if I did. I don't know. So I have another guy who's gay, a friend of mine, yeah. He gets around pretty much. I say, where do you get all your hookups? And he goes, well, I go to a lot of steam rooms. I'm like, fucking A. I didn't know that. Is that where everybody gets their thing gone on? He's like, yeah. I go, well, how do you know a guy wants to get it on when you're in the steam room? He's like, well, if they talk to you. I'm like, that's it? What the fuck? So I forgot what he said, and I'm in Vegas, and I'm walking into the steam room, and I'm like, oh, shit. I forgot Nick said that. And I go in there, and I'm like, hope nobody's in there, you know? And I see this guy, he's in the corner, and he goes, how you doing? And I go, I'm not giving you a blowjob. He goes, how dare you? I wasn't gonna ask you for a blowjob. Well, I was gonna give you one. I said, oh, that's different, okay. Yeah. I walked into a tire store the other day. It was called Just Tires. I go to the guy behind the counter and I go, you guys just tires? He's like, yeah, can't you read the sign, you dumb shit? I said, I know, but can you fix my windshield wiper? He's like, yeah, I can fix your windshield wiper. I said, you're not just tires then, motherfucker. Then I went to Tires Plus. And I go to the guy behind the counter and I go, Tires Plus, what's the plus stand for? And he goes, you know. I go, I do? And he goes, yeah, you know. I go, what is it, a happy ending? And he goes, what the fuck? No, happy ending? What the fuck's wrong with you? I go, I'm sorry, I didn't know what the plus was. And he goes, we got cocaine in the back. Go get some. What the fuck? I had another guy come up to me and he goes, hey, Farley, you look like a guy that would like Five Guys. I said, what? He goes, you look like you would enjoy Five Guys. I said, what? He goes, I don't know, you just look like you like Five Guys. I said, are you talking about the restaurant? He said, there's a restaurant? Anyway, I'm trying out new sports. I tried out kayak fishing. I broke the kayak in two. I did. filled it with water and sank. So I tried fly fishing, which is even worse, you know. I hired a guide for that, and he had me out in the backyard practicing my fishing, you know. So I'm like, I go, when do we go in the fucking water? And he goes, well, you got to put on these rubber pants. I said, I can barely put on my own pants. Well, I got the rubber pants on, I go in the river, and I'm like, I said, when's lunch? What the fuck? I quit. I love lunch. You guys like lunch? I love lunch. I'm thinking about lunch right now. I had coffee with my buddy this morning. He goes, what are you doing? I go, burrito. Anyway. Yeah, so I'm on a new pill. Anybody on pills? Oh, shut up. You're all on pills. Yeah, I didn't like my other pill. I went off it, but I didn't tell my wife I was off of it, you know. I wanted to see how long it took her before she found out I was off my pills. Took her about a half hour, you know. She's like, are you off your pills? I said, yeah, how'd you know? She goes, well, you threw a football through the window. I said, I know, my team lost, you know. And she's like, you're going to go see a psychiatrist, and I'm going to sit in on the session. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I go in there, and the guy starts asking me, he's like, you know, do you sleep a lot? And I go, you know, I take a cat nap every once in a while, you know. She's like, he sleeps all day. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You know. And he's like, you got a temper? And I go, you know, a little road rage now and then, you know. She's like, he threw a football through the window. I'm like, does she have to be in the fucking room? Come on. So I got diagnosed bipolar. I'm not full bipolar, I'm just like polar. Yeah, but he diagnosed me bipolar. I got so pissed I threw a chair through his window. Now I'm on a new pill. Life still sucks, I just don't give a shit. Yeah. It's true. Yeah, I don't know. I wander around a lot. Wandered into Goodwill the other day. You ever wander in there? It's kind of depressing. Yeah. I walked in there, everybody's like going, whoa. I mean, they're bargaining over coffee cups, you know. This guy had a coffee cup. He's like, this coffee cup's 10 cents. I'll give you 3 for it. I'm like, I'm gonna blow off my fucking head in here. I saw this guy looking at a broken pair of speakers. I said, what the fuck are you doing? You gonna buy those speakers? And he goes, yeah, I'm thinking about it. I said, they're fucking broken, man. He goes, I know, I'm gonna fix them. I said, you're not gonna fix those speakers. The guy was wearing swim goggles. You know they sell used underwear at the Goodwill? They do. Who would buy used underwear at the Goodwill? I bought a swimsuit. Yeah. But I've been itching my balls ever since, you know? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I do get depressed at the world, you know. I gotta stop. I finally stopped looking at my news, my phone, you know. It was getting me depressed. You know, it's all just war and high gas and inflation and shit like that. But I think to myself, you know, I think Biden's got this under control, you know? No, come on. He seems sharp as a tack, you know? No, it's a joke, folks, yeah. I got a friend of mine who doesn't think Biden's that old. He's like, no, he's okay, a little wobbly, but we'll be all right, you know. I'm like, what the fuck are you watching, you know? I mean, he got done with his speech the other day and he turned and shook the air. He's like, thanks a lot, everybody. Am I not supposed to notice that? Okay, fuck it, let it burn, I don't care. Shit. I always think of Biden at the breakfast table. He's got the nuclear button there, you know. He's like, is that the button for ice cream? Or nuclear war, you know? Ice cream, ha ha! Oh, fuck, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. My teacher used to always say, you know, study hard. By God, one day you'll be president of the United States. I was always like, I don't want to study that hard, you know. This is the first president I've ever seen. I'm like, shit. I could have been president of the United States. I mean, I didn't know it was that easy. The guy's got the cheat sheets right there. Just hits his mark, trips over a log, eats an ice cream cone, and goes to bed. Well, shit, I can do that. Shit. My God. I think a lot of our leaders are too old, you know. God, they got to go to bed. Dianne Feinstein just died. She was 90 years old. I thought she died 5 years ago. I thought they had a Weekend at Bernie's type situation going out there. Their hand on a stick going on. And you got a guy, Mitch McConnell out of Kentucky. He's 80 years old. He had a stroke on television. Not one, two. He had 2 strokes on fucking television. I was watching it, and the guy's like, you know, the economy is starting to bump back up. I'm like, what the fuck? Mitch McConnell just had a stroke on TV. And his handlers come this way, Mitch. He's like, oh. And he comes back and finishes the press conference. He's like, sorry, everybody. You know, just had a little stroke over there. You know. Anyway, next question. Yeah, Mitch, what the fuck you doing out here? Go to bed. You're scaring the shit out of everybody, man. It's fucking crazy. Then you got a guy from Pennsylvania, Fetterman. That guy's got brain damage, you know, poor guy. He wears his pajamas to the Senate. You know. I mean, fuck, but he won. Yeah, I don't know if I feel worse for the party that lost to the brain damage guy or the party that won with the brain damage guy. I mean, he beat Dr. Oz. Yeah, I always thought Dr. Oz was pretty smart. He's a fucking doctor. I mean, what if he was your doctor? You probably want to go up to him and be like, hey, doc, I saw you lost to the brain damage guy. I don't think I want you looking up my asshole anymore, you know what I mean? I think we're done here, you know? Jesus. And you got Kamala. Fuck, who knows? Jesus. What a whore. No, he's kidding. I'm kidding. No. But if we got to listen to that fucking... I'm going to blow my fucking head off. I mean, who's president? Is she president right now? I don't even know. Jesus. She's like, if you want to save the economy, you got to save the economy. No wonder you're vice president for Biden. Shit. Imagine their conversations. Hi, Joe. What? Fuck. And you got good old Trump, man. You guys are all Trump fans in here, right? Yeah, I mean, you got to admire a guy that gets shot in the fucking head and gets up and goes, fuck ah! Holy shit! I would not do that. If I got shot in the head, I'd be like, somebody clean up my shit! Shoot this guy! Shoot this guy! I want to live! I would not go, fucking fight! Yeah, fuck. I don't care what you think of Trump. That's fucking badass. Badass. I mean, a lot of people hate Trump, though. I remember, my friend can't stand him. Fuck. Every time I bring up Trump, he's like, fuck you, you motherfucker. Like, Jesus, take it easy. Trump's the funniest president we ever had. I mean, shit, he's orange. Fuck. We had an orange president. We're there for a little while. It's pretty cool if you think about it, you know. Should have just wore a cape and wrestled guys, you know. I don't know. If he wins, people are going to be so pissed. The guy from CNN's gonna go, I have a question for you, motherfucker. Why is such a fucking dick? He's probably at Mar-a-Lago right now in his jammies, you know. He got his orange can of paint in front of him, you know. Takes his brush, he's like... Melania looks at him, she's like, you look good, hon, you look good. He doesn't look good, no. But she probably hates his guts, you know. Yeah, I mean, he fucked a stripper, so, you know. We had an orange president that fucked a stripper. Welcome to America. That's what we on. No, I don't know. At least we can get through COVID. We can get through anything, you know. I learned during COVID that stand-up comedians are pretty non-essential. I always thought my job was kind of cool, you know, but they were like, nah, sit the fuck down, you know. I watched a lot of TV, and I learned how to watch TV during COVID, yeah. My wife loved being locked down, you know. I got kind of depressed. I said, I don't think I'm gonna wear pants anymore, you know. I'll give you a shirt, but I'm gonna walk around like Winnie the Pooh, and I don't give a damn. You know? Oh, yeah, fuck that. No, I watched a lot of television. I can watch a lot of TV, you know. My wife, she came in front of the TV the other day. She stood in front of it, and I'm like, well, yeah, what the hell are you doing? She's like, well, you're watching too much TV. We should talk to each other. I was like, oh, shit. What do you want to talk about? She's like, I don't know. You know. She's like, but we should make up our own fun. I'm like, oh, shit. What's your big idea? She's like, we're going to do a puzzle. A puzzle? I don't want to do a fucking puzzle. That's like giving up. She's like, puzzles are fun. I go, who the fuck told you that? Plus, I got ADD. I'm never going to finish that shit. Then she puts it all over the dining room table. We can't even eat anymore. Then she puts on yacht rock radio. It's got Christopher Cross on a loop, you know. All day long I hear, sailing takes me away. Oh, God. The worst is she tries to overhype it, make it seem more fun than it is, you know. She's like, let's do the puzzle. I'm like, fuck you. But you know, you're married, you gotta do the fucking puzzle. You gotta do the fucking puzzle. I sit down, I'm like, let's do the puzzle. I take a piece of the puzzle, I think it goes there, and it doesn't. So I save it for later. I take another piece, I think it goes there, and it doesn't. I try to force it in there. The whole time I'm hearing, sailing takes me away. I said to my wife, you turned our house into a fucking nursing home here. I said, we're playing Naked Twister. Get that shit down from the cupboard, let's go. And we're gonna butt fuck on the table right now, come on. No, I'm kidding, no. We didn't butt fuck, you know. I wanted to, but she didn't want to do it. Yeah. No, my wife, I don't mess with my wife. She wins every single argument, you know. I haven't won one argument with my wife. She can argue for like 6 months straight. Every once in a while, though, I think I'm right about something, and I'll be like, wait a second, I'm right about this, you know. And I'll go, hey, I want to talk to you about that one thing. She'll get all excited and be like, what's on your mind, big guy? I'll get afraid, and I'll be like, I don't know, I forgot, I don't know. Fuck this, you win. Yeah, no, she's in charge. She's half Spanish, half German, you know. It's a pretty fucked up combination, you know. She's a lot of fun till about 10:30 at night, then she turns into Adolf Hitler, you know. It's true. She'd be like, ay, 9! She makes us do weird shit like vision boards. I don't know if you guys ever done a vision board. Vision board is a piece of cardboard you cut out and then you put pictures on there, what you want to have happen for the year, and you're supposed to manifest it. So I'm cutting out pictures in magazines like a killer, you know. I'm pasting it on there like a 5th grader, you know. And she's like, we got to do this all night tonight because there's a new moon in the morning. I'm like, this is witchcraft. My buddy calls me. He's like, hey, you want to go golfing in the morning? I go, I can't. I'm doing a vision board. And I got to get it done before the new moon in the morning. And he goes, are you gay? I said, I think so, man. My wife turned me gay. God. No, I don't know. We've been getting along better, though. We've been having better sex, you know. At least, you know, I think, you know. I'm just not good at sex anymore, you know. As you get older, it's a lot of energy, you know. My wife will look at me and she's like, you want to have sex tonight? And I'm always like, no. I'd rather do a puzzle. No, I used to be a lot better at sex in college, you know. I did all the positions you're supposed to, you know. I did doggy style, that was fun, you know. Now that hurts my back. I did sideways one time, that was fun, you know. Now that hurts my knees, you know. No, now it's just straight missionary, pretty vanilla. That's all you're gonna get out of me, you know. Except now my left arm always gives out like this. I'm leaning on my elbow, grinding from the side. I don't even know if I'm in half the time, shit. It's true. And I'm sweating so bad, it's like a Chinese water torture for my poor wife, you know? She's looking up at me going, what the fuck? Go to the gym, shit. Yeah, I gotta apologize to my wife every time I have sex with her now. Yeah, I'm like, sorry about that, yeah. That could not have been good for you, you know? Appreciate you letting me do that to you, really, I do. Yeah. You're a nice gal, yeah. No, I don't like my body anymore, you know, fuck. I've fallen apart, you know, like, I don't even have an ass anymore, you know. My back completely swallowed my ass. It did, look at this. I don't have an ass. My ass is not doing well. But my crack is doing great. My crack is like that big. It's going right up my back. Pretty soon I'm just gonna be back, crack, and legs. Shit. No, I remember we went to Vegas one time and we walked into the room, they had all these mirrors in the ceiling, mirrors on the wall. I'm like, who the hell did this? I bet it wasn't the guy that had a long crack, I'll tell you that. And she's like, I think it's sexy. I go, it's not sexy. I don't want to see my asshole. We're getting the hell out of here. But we stayed, of course, you know. We start getting it on. I see my white loaf in the mirror, and I'm like, what the fuck? You're a chubby chaser. Something's wrong with you. No, I'm fat. I'm pretty fat. I've lost a little weight, though. You know, I've lost a little bit. I'm still fat. You know. Yeah, the whole Farley family's fat. You can Google that shit. Yeah. And I said to my mom one time, I said, Mom, we're all fat. And she's like, I know. You know. I said, well, what did you feed us? She's like, well, your dad liked buffets a lot. We used to go to the buffet every week. You know, my dad would like, get in the car, we're going to the buffet. We'd pile in the car, my dad get us in a huddle, like a football team, you know. He'd be like, this is $39.95, I'm not fucking around here. We got some rules to this shit. Bread and water, that's a waste of time. I don't want to see anybody eating bread. Water's only be used if you're choking. The celery and the carrots, it's not why we're here, let's focus. Sugars, fats, and beef. You want the turkey, you want the ham, you want the roast beef. You don't get it, you start bawling your eyes out and they'll carve it up for you. Most important thing is desserts. You fill your plate with every single dessert they have. Somebody gives you shit, you say it's for the table. At the end of it all, I'm gonna fake a heart attack, grab the chef by the throat, you guys fill your pockets of food, meet me in the lobby. Right? Food is love, right? That's how I lost sight of my dick, you know what I mean? Can't see my dick from this angle, you know, I gotta look from side to side, you know. It's hard to have sex when you can't see your dick down there. Just gotta hope everything's going okay, you know? Yeah, so, yeah, I guess you guys remember me from my brother. My brother was pretty famous. Chris, you remember? Yeah, he was famous. Yeah, it's hard to be the brother of a famous brother, you know? It's a weird club to be in. It's like me and Roger Clinton, you know? Don Swayze's in our club, you know? Frank Stallone. I had a guy come up to me, he said, "You're Kevin Farley?" I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Yeah, I knew Jim Hanks." I said, what the fuck is that supposed to mean, you know? Yeah, I got a lot of questions about Chris, you know. I got a lot of good stories. Most of them are illegal, though, you know. But I remember at Christmas one time, he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, I got everybody a great Christmas present." I'm like, "What'd you do?" He goes, "I got everybody a sex toy." Yeah, no shit. I'm like, "Wow, everybody?" And he goes, "Yep, grandma too, yep." Shit. I go, "How many did you get?" And he goes, "Like 100. I said, "That's too many, you know. One might be funny, but 100, I don't know." And he goes, "No, it's gonna be fun." And I go, No. In fact, I'm pretty sure you're gonna ruin Christmas." I said, "I wouldn't do it." And he goes, "I already did it. They're all under the tree." I'm like, "Oh, this is going to be interesting, you know." So Christmas time comes, and my dad's kind of drunk. He's like, "Christmas, Christmas, and Christmas, Christmas, Christmas." He's pretty drunk, you know. He's like, "Come on, everybody, open presents." So I opened up my present. It was a bottle of lube, you know. It's kind of like P. Diddy, you know. Yeah. You believe that guy had 1,000 cases of fucking lube? I don't know. Wasn't it like 1,000? That guy likes whacking off. Shit. Anyway, my dad thought that was funny because he thought I was going to whack off like P. Diddy. And then my other brother opened up a blow-up doll with real pubic hair on it, you know. My dad started getting a little pissed. He's like, "What the hell is that? You give your brother a blow-up doll? It's kind of gay." I look at Chris and I'm like, "Uh-oh." Knowing there's 100 more to go. And my mom opened up a big black dildo. Yeah. My dad snapped. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing? You give your mother a dildo for Christmas? What kind of a psychopath are you?" My mom goes, "I like it. Thank you." Yeah. That's a true story. You can bank that one. Yeah. That's a true story. Yeah. No, I don't know. I live, my family is kind of alcoholics, you know. I stopped drinking, though, about 5 years ago. Yeah. I'll probably drink tonight. That's okay, you know. There's one alky out there, you bet. Yeah, I got to go to the meetings now. Meetings are okay. Every once in a while I hear a good story, like this guy in our club the other night. He's like, "Hey, I'm Rick. I'm an alcoholic." We're all like, "Hey, Rick." He's like, "Yeah, I stole a car." I'm like, "Oh, shit, all right." And he goes, "Yeah, I drove it in the 7-Eleven. I'm like, "Fucking A, Rick, all right." He goes, "Yeah, I ripped my dick off, tried to suck it." I'm like, "Whoa! You should stop drinking, Rick. What the hell?" No, now I have 7 dogs. I know you guys have dogs. I have 7 dogs, you know. I don't know, it's a lot of poo. I found a poo in the bed the other day. I used to be like, "There's a fucking poo in the bed." Now I'm like, there's a poo in the bed. I still haven't got used to going to the bathroom and you're stepping on a poo and it goes through your toes. I still haven't gotten used to that one, yeah. I did it the other night. I stepped on one, it went through my toes. I turned around, my little shits is looking at me going, I shit over there, yeah. I said, "I know you did, you fucking asshole." Went through my toes, and he goes, "That's awesome, man." I put him down, you know. No, I didn't. No, I wish I could bring him with me, but I can't, you know. I just, you know, everybody's a dick, you know. This lady on the plane the other day, she said, she coughed, and I said, "Bless you, ma'am." She goes, "I coughed, I didn't sneeze." I said, "Okay, then go to hell. I don't know." Anyway, I'll leave with this last joke. You ever hear a song lyric, you're like, that doesn't make sense, you know? I heard, I shot the sheriff today, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. Well, yeah, but you shot the sheriff. You saying we should let you go because you didn't shoot the deputy? You're going to jail, Terry. That's a bad defense. The worst one is Sade's Smooth Operator. He goes, coast to coast, LA to Chicago. What map are you looking at, dumbass? Hey, thanks a lot for coming. It's my time. Have a great time.
One more time, everybody, Kevin Farley! All right, are you guys still having fun? We got one more comedian for you coming to the stage tonight, and I promised him that I would do a short and simple intro, but I just can't because I love this guy so much. We met on accident while he was like having coffee in downtown Lakeland, and I had heard that he might be in town somewhere. And we instantly became friends. We've had lunch many times. He's done the club in Winter Haven. He's just a genuinely good guy. And here's the great thing about him. He has nothing but love for everybody that he meets. And he's brought his act here to you tonight after doing 20 years at the Comedy Store in LA. You know him from Comedy Central. You know him from Showtime. You know him from Daddy Knows Best. Give it up for my friend, Steve Simeone, everybody!
What's up, Lakeland? Come on, Polk County. Friday night. Dude, where else in the world do they have a hurricane on Thursday and a birthday bash on Friday? Let me hear you, Lakeland! Dude, I was not prepared for hurricane season, okay? I spent 20 years in Los Angeles, and we don't have hurricanes. We have earthquakes. Nothing you can do about an earthquake, okay? You're just walking down the street, and it starts to rumble, and you're like, sweet Jesus, is that Gabriel's horn? It's end times. But here, hurricanes, you guys start warning us like 2 weeks out, a week out. 3 years ago, was it Ian? I got nervous. I've never prepared for anything like this. So I called my buddy Landon that grew up here, and I go, hey dude, what should I be doing? And he said, about what? And I said, the hurricane, should I buy a generator? Should I be boarding windows? And he was like, dude, don't even worry about it. It's not even gonna hit us. So I didn't worry about it. And the day before Ian hit, I called Landon. He's like, hey bro, I gotta call you back. I'm boarding up my windows. I'm like, what? You said not to worry. He's like, no, it's coming right for us. It's coming right for us. I think I'm having more fun than you guys right now. You guys still awake out there? Come on, we're in the Polk Theater. Elvis walked this stage. I was expecting more energy from an 8 o'clock show, to be honest. Because here's the thing about 8 o'clock shows that make them awesome. There's a mixture of people in here right now that shouldn't be hanging out together. That's what makes it fun. Like, there's people in here that are so young, they're gonna do something after this. This is like level 1 fun for them. People in their 20s are back there buying stranger shots, and they're not even gonna be able to pay their cell phone bill on Tuesday. They're like, bro, it was worth it. I know, you almost talked to her. Find her on the gram, stalk her. But what's so great about an early show is that those young people at an 8 o'clock show are sitting next to people that are so old. Right, there's people in there, they're like, I wanna go out, but what time are we gonna get back home? I'm gonna have you in the driveway by 10:15, guys. It's gonna be great. That's my crowd. I don't know how it happened, where it's just like, 10 o'clock, home, high five. Looks like we made it. All right, there's a lot of love over here, I feel it, but over here I feel like you're judging me and I don't appreciate it. Come on, we're here. My favorite thing, and I'm old myself, but I didn't realize how young I was until I moved to Florida. And it's one of my favorite things about this state. Because like I'll do all ages shows all across the country, and we'll get a lot of families that come out, they hear me on the radio, they've seen me on Drive Bar. It's great. I'll do all ages shows, and it's a lot of families and kids. I do all ages in Florida, 80 and up. And they are my people. You guys think you know how to have fun? You have nothing on retired people. They party. I didn't know that till I moved here. I tell my friends, if your parents have retired to Florida and you think you're getting an inheritance, you are not. There's gonna be nothing left. They're blowing through your cash like a rapper, like Versace, yeah, let's buy a boat. Put it in the link. And I didn't know old people still partied. Because they don't go out at 8 or 9 o'clock. They go out at noon. They'll take their pain medication for the day, and then they're like, let's go out to lunch. Do you want a cocktail? How about 3? Give me the keys. I can drive. Right? They put on those big Terminator sunglasses, and they're like, Panama! I'm 86. I don't need to see 88. It's amazing. I love it here. I remember I came here during COVID, okay? That was a scary time in Los Angeles. And my best friend in LA grew up here in Lakeland. So we would check in on each other every day. And the scarier it got, the more real we had to get with each other. And he goes, hey bro, I think it's time you move to Polk. I go, what's Polk? He goes, oh, that's where you want to be in case things go sideways. He said, it's all Bibles and guns. It's like Noah's Ark with hand grenades. You're going to be fine in Polk County. And I go, do you think I'll like it? He goes, dude, I think you'll love it. He goes, the weather's great, the people are cool, there's a church on every corner, the food's delicious, and we have the greatest sheriff in the country. So he sends me a video of Sheriff Grady, and I fell in love. Because in LA, they let criminals do whatever they want. You can walk into a store, steal $1,000 worth of stuff, and like put it on my tab. They don't even stop you. Anything goes in LA. Not here in Polk County. We have a sheriff cutting promos on bad guys like it's 1980s professional wrestling. It's amazing. He's doing promo videos. And what I love about him is, he's a big, intimidating guy, okay? So I understand this. But to me, his voice doesn't match his body. Like, he looks like a sheriff. Like if you gave a 6-year-old a crayon and a piece of paper and said, draw me a sheriff, you know, it kind of looks like Sheriff Grady, right? He looks like a sheriff. But when he goes to talk to me, he sounds like Dr. Phil holding in rage. Honestly, because he's always got pictures of bad guys and he's like, meet Paul Stansbury. He's known on the streets as PJ. PJ's a bad guy. He committed his first felony at 11 years old. Imagine that, boosting cars at 11. Couldn't even see over the steering wheel. He had to stack telephone books to see over it. Well, as PJ grew older, his crimes became more heinous. Now he's got a record, he can fill up those telephone books. Ain't that right, PJ? Became a major narcotics trafficker up and down the East Coast. And on the night of October the 10th, PJ broke his own rule. He got high off his own supply. Shouldn't have done that, PJ. And you shouldn't have done that in Polk County. And high on drugs, he did a series of home invasions off of Old Comby Road. And he pistol whipped an elderly woman. Did you hear me? He pistol whipped an elderly woman. And our sheriff's apprehended him. Welcome to Polk County, PJ, where we believe in two things: our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and the Second Amendment. You guys are awesome. I do that joke all across the country, and I have to share this. This is not like a part of my stand-up routine. It's just something that scares me a little bit. Because even here, you guys applauded more for the Second Amendment than Jesus. I think we're in trouble, okay? It's time to repent. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. Because I feel it, you're getting it over here. You're like, save it for Sunday, chubby. I am kind of chubby, that's why I wear sweaters. Like, I spent 20 years in Los Angeles. I didn't know how to dress, and I was like, if I put on a sweater, maybe nobody will know that I'm chubby. Chubby in LA, but 2 weeks ago, I was visiting my family up in Philadelphia. Let me tell you guys something. I'm chubby in Los Angeles, but I am shredded in Philadelphia. This is the body of an Olympian in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. What's up? Like, dude, it felt so good. I was walking around confident, like. All right, you guys are a weird crowd because you laugh and then you get really quiet. You're like my nephews. You're like, do it again. Yeah, I'm blessed. I do have four amazing, my younger brother has four little boys. Their ages 10, 8, 6, and 4. That house is absolute chaos and joy. Like when I go visit them, they're waiting for my car to pull up, and I see them looking out the window, and they're just grabbing implements of joy. They're putting on pirate costumes, grabbing ninja swords. They're like, Uncle Steve's here! I'm like, what's up, son? This is what we play for. Dude, they're the greatest. They know how to have fun. But you got to be careful with little ones, because they're essentially gangsters. Like, my brother pays the mortgage on that house, but that's not his house. That house belongs to those children. They are. They're like little gangsters. They're like little mafioso, because when I show up, I can't show up empty-handed. I have to bring them toys, cash. If you show up empty-handed, they take it as a sign of disrespect. My 4-year-old nephew waits on the steps like Al Capone in The Untouchables. He's like, Uncle Steve, what did you bring me? I see empty hands. Tell me you got so many toys, they're in the trunk, you're gonna need our help to bring them in. I told you Legos, right? I told you Legos. You're not gonna embarrass me in front of my brothers. You'll show up empty-handed after I see you on TV? I don't think so. Frankie, burn his card to the ground. Next time you bring tribute. So, I know now the older one, he calls. As soon as he knows I buy a plane ticket, he gets on the phone and he's like, hey, Uncle Steve, I understand you're gonna be visiting us, is that correct? I go, yeah, buddy, and he's like, good. You gonna bring us toys? I go, absolutely. Okay. Did you already purchase the toys? No, not yet, buddy. You have to tell me what you want. Okay. How about this? May I make a suggestion? Could I pick out my own toy? I go, yeah. Thank you. That's it. Conversation's done. It's just a transaction. When I showed up a couple weeks ago, this kid is getting ready. He's like, Uncle Steve, you ready to go? We're picking out toys. So I get all the kids' Legos, Nerf guns. It's awesome. But since I'm not there that often, I wanted to do something special, and I wanted to get surprise donuts for the boys next day, right? So wake up, donuts, joy. I clear it with their mom. She goes, what are you thinking? I go, look, I found this place on Instagram. This is all I do. I just scroll through and I look for fat people with joy in their eyes. That's it. I don't trust Yelp. I don't Google anything. I look for a fat guy like, look at that donut. It's amazing. So I find this donut shop and I'm excited about it, right? So I talk to my sister-in-law. I'm like, I want them to wake up and they just see donuts. Like it's Christmas, surprise donuts. She's like, what time are you planning on waking up? I'm like, I don't know, 8:30, 9. She's like, they're gonna be awake. I go, well, what time do they wake up? She goes, before the sun. I didn't know that. Little kids wake up like Marines. 5:30 in the morning, full energy, like, I'm alive! So I set an alarm. It is still dark outside. I pull up to this donut shop and I know it's gonna be delicious because it was in a terrible neighborhood. It had a knocked out window with cardboard in it, a sign that said, we only take cash. We're open from 5 a.m. till we sell out. I'm excited. I walk in, there's an angry Asian guy and I'm like, these are gonna be delicious. When it comes to donuts, you have two options, either Amish, some guy named Jebediah that's cooking them in lard, or an angry Asian guy that could be a spy. So I walk in and immediately all the smells take over my body and I'm excited, right? Because I don't know about, all right, I'm not even looking over here anymore. When I pick out donuts, I want to get the best dozen imaginable. I feel like a contestant on a game show. And I have to pick out prizes. I'm like, open the box, we're getting a dozen. And the guy's, what looks good? I'm like, they all look good. And I'm like, give me 2 glazed, 2 crullers. How many? He's like, you have 4 left. I'm like, open the other box, open the other box. I think I'm having more fun than you guys. So I get 2 dozen amazing donuts. And what I should have done, this was the rookie mistake. I should have gotten a donut in a bag for the car ride. Because I can't show up with 11 donuts. They'll be like, you fat son of a fish. You couldn't wait till the boys were awake? You know what I mean? You can't buy somebody a birthday cake and it says happy birthday with no H. You're like, well, it was the thought. So I have the discipline of a warrior driving home these donuts. It's about, I don't know, it's before 6 a.m. Making coffee, house is quiet. Then I hear little steps. And it's the 4-year-old, and his hair, you remember when they pulled Saddam Hussein out of the hole? That's what his hair looked like. He comes down the steps. He's like, hey, Uncle Steve, and he hugs me. I'm like, what's up, bro? And then he goes, are those donuts? I go, yeah, buddy. And he goes, who are they for? I go, you guys. And he went, guys, Uncle Steve got donuts! I don't hear any talking upstairs, just the sound of 3 sets of feet hitting the ground. It sounded like a tactical team was doing a raid. It was just boom, 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 boom. I don't know if you've ever seen seagulls attack a bucket of French fries at the beach. These kids swarm in like, bah, donuts, bah, donuts. It felt like Christmas morning. It was like the locker room after the Super Bowl. Everybody's high-fiving, there's joy. They're like, Uncle Steve's the man. And then I went to reach for a donut. Right? All the kids are eating their donuts, there's joy. And then I went to reach for a donut, and my 10-year-old nephew grabs my tummy, and he went, are you sure that you need one, Uncle Steve? So then his little brother, he jumps in, he's like, yeah, Uncle Steve's getting fat, and they're starting to sing songs. But I thought it was a joke, like I thought we were just having fun. I'm like, you guys, and I'm eating the donuts. It was all joyful. Till about 4 hours later, I get a phone call from their mom. And she has that mom tone. She goes, Steven, the boys would like to apologize to you. And I'm like, for what? She goes, you know for what. Let me explain something to you, Lakeland. The only thing worse than small children mocking you is when they call to apologize for mocking you, because that's when I started to realize it was real. I thought it was a joke, but when these kids get on the phone, I'm like, I gotta lose some weight. This kid gets on she goes, Michael would like to say something. This kid, his spirit was broken. Like, have you ever seen those Al-Qaeda hostage videos where they're like, I denounce the government of the United States? He goes, I'm sorry for calling you fat, Uncle Steve. I go, dude, don't worry about it. You were just joking. He goes, no, you're really getting heavy. I'm like, oh. He goes, we know how hard you're trying. I'm like, okay. We shouldn't be making fun of you. Did we hurt your feelings? I'm like, not 4 hours ago, but now you are. And then he hits me with this. He goes, next time you don't have to bring us donuts. Maybe we could just go for a walk instead. I'm like, oh. And he goes, it gets worse. And then he goes, John would like to say something. The 8-year-old gets on the phone. He goes, I'm sorry for calling you fat, Uncle Steve. And I'm like, buddy, it's okay. It's okay. He goes, no. They taught us in school people come in all different shapes and sizes. I'm like, no, I'm all different shapes and sizes. I think they might be right, because I'm out of breath right now. When you're not in shape to tell jokes, this is embarrassing. I'm at that point where I'm like, should I lose it, really try, or just say forget it? Dude, that's honest, because you know what I'm starting to do now? I don't know if you've heard of this thing, it's called intermittent fasting. It's the craziest diet ever. All my friends are on it, they're all losing weight. I'm like, what are you eating? And they're like, nothing. I go, what do you mean? What are you eating? You don't, bro. I'm like, for how long? They're like, how long can you go? Gotta hit 15, 18 hours. You have to eat in windows. I'm like, how do you do that? He's like, sleep counts. I'm like, oh. Wow, see how quiet this is? I knew I shouldn't have tried to do a new bit in the middle of the stuff that's good. But my point is, I'm doing this intermittent fasting. So this time right now is the toughest time, because I stopped eating around 5 o'clock. And if I could go to midnight, fall asleep, then wake up, it's like 15 hours. Okay, keep that in mind. Because I am an uncle. I don't have children because I spent 20 years in Los Angeles dating the wrong women, okay? That's real. Like, when I first got there, I didn't realize how the world worked. I was very poor, and all my friends were like, that's why you don't have a girlfriend, you're poor. And I was like, whatever, dude, I'm really nice, so. I started going to church, looking for chicks, nobody under 80. I met women, Gertrude, Gladys, Dolly, Audrey. Yeah. But then I started to get on TV. I started to make a little money. And this was the mistake I made. I was like, I want to date a really hot chick. So I tried to date women that were physically beautiful. That's not a recipe for happiness. See, the audience is always turn on me. We're gonna tie it together in a bow. Because I always wanted to get married and have kids. And there's a level of hot that just doesn't work for being a mom. See, you get quiet. Don't judge me. You knew it at 6 years old. You knew it at 6. When you went to your buddy's house and his mom was hot, you're like, oh, she's not gonna make anything delicious. You knew it at 5. You were like, oh, we all know who's gonna be late to pick us up from soccer practice. But if you went to your buddy's house and his mom had arms like Hulk Hogan, but they were made of blubber, you're like, yes, we're getting something homemade. Anthony, your mom rocks. Mangia bene. I grew up in an Italian neighborhood. You would get Tupperware for car rides home, no lie. I went trick-or-treating once, and I got a chicken cutlet on Halloween. So when I moved here, I was like, I gotta find a nice, this is another reason why I love Florida. I am dating this woman, she's beautiful, but on our first date, she gave me a Bible. Yeah, no lie, I'm not lying right now. Like in LA, they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, it's real. But this is when I fell in love, because I wasn't looking for like an 8 or a 9. I was not looking for a hot chick. What I was in the market for was a chubby 6 that could bake. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be happy. See, you're judging. You guys know, happy to me is baked treats. Like, there are women that are beautiful. They're like a 7. They could be a 9, but they want to be happy. This isn't even a bit. On our first date, I'm like trying to feel her out, and she's going through her purse, and I'm like, is that a Culver's coupon? She's like, yeah, do you want to go? I'm like, I think I do. Because this is my dream. I don't want to date a supermodel. My dream is to find a woman that can bake. And I leave tonight's show, and I'm driving home. I'm doing this intermittent fasting. I'm not stopping at the taco trucks in North Lakeland. I'm not stopping at McDonald's. I'm in David Goggins mode. I'm like, you gotta be hard. And then I pull into the driveway, and I smell brownies, and I'm like, I hope that's my house. You ever catch a whiff? And you're like, I hope that's my house. Could that be my house? And the closer I get to the front door, the stronger the smell gets. And my keys are shaking like I'm being chased by a zombie. And I open the front door as she's pulling hot brownies out of the oven. I'm like, ooh. She's like, they were supposed to be a surprise. They were supposed to be a surprise. And, and they're not even cut yet. And then she goes, and then I go, do we still have that ice cream? She goes, you're a genius. Then we just scoop cold ice cream on top of hot brownies and watch it sizzle a little bit like fajitas, that little tss. And then our eyes high five over the brownies like, it's about to go down. And she goes, show mama how the piggies eat. And I go in without hands, just going. And she goes, babe, it's time for Family Guy. And we turn on the TV, and I'm like, it's a Quagmire episode. And she goes, giggity, giggity. We just make out and have chubby kids. That's it. How much time I have. I am not in shape. I'm trying. Amazing. You guys are amazing. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out tonight. I've been coming to this theater for 4 years, and I remember when I came here, I was just like, is this where they shot the Muppets? Right? Like, get them off the stage. So cool. Like, I think about, I grew up in the 1980s. It was a different time. And, yeah, dude, it was a better time. Do you remember the world before social media? You could just be friends with somebody. You just didn't know. You're like, I don't know. What's up? The world's so divided now. Everybody loved America in the 80s. It was a better time, dude. See, this side of the room, guys, it was better, trust me. You know what I think part of the problem is? I think these phones are killing us. It's making everybody so selfish. You just press a button, you get what you want. There's no more nice anymore. There's no more, everybody thinks they're the only person in the world. Nobody has to wait for anything. Like, I see kids now, little guys, they're watching cartoons on little pads. And they don't think it's a big deal. I'm like, whoa, you guys have cartoons? They're like, so? I'm like, so? When I was your age, there was only one kid in the whole wide world that had cartoons in a moving car on a pad, and his name was Richie Rich, and they only existed in comic books. When we wanted cartoons, we had to wait all the way to Saturday morning. And that wait made it joyful. It was like your paycheck for going to school Monday through Friday. Like, I grew up with brothers. I'm the middle of 3 boys. I was always the last kid awake in my house, Monday through Friday. Last kid awake. But on a Saturday morning, I didn't even have to set an alarm. The anticipation of fun would wake me up. 5 a.m., I'd pop up like an Army Ranger, like, it's my beloved Saturday! No shower, no bath. I'd run downstairs into the kitchen before any of my brothers were awake, and I'd have 3 or 4 bowls of delicious Apple Jacks in peace and quiet, and I'm just letting that sugar milk get stronger and stronger and taking little pulls of it, because when you're 6, that sugar milk, that is Jack Daniels. You're just doing shots of it, like, mother-loving sugar milk, take away the pain. Sugar milk! And then my little brother would wake up, he's like, what are you eating? I'm like, Apple Jacks. And he's like, awesome, make me Fruity Pebbles. I'm like, we don't have Fruity Pebbles. We have Apple Jacks. He's like, oh, we got Fruity Pebbles. I'm like, no, we don't. Check the kitchen. And he's like, they're not in the kitchen. Mom thinks she hides them. But I watched. They're in the garage, in a trash bag. My mom would have to hide junk food from us. Because if not, we'd go through it like locusts. We would just be like, more. Something delicious in my house with 3 boys, that didn't last long. In my house, when it came to food, it was rules of the jungle. The older you were, the fatter you were, just because you could eat faster. That's the truth. My dad was fat, my big brother fat. I've always been chubby. My poor little brother Marky was so skinny that when he got excited, you could actually see his heart beating in his chest. Because if it was delicious, it was gone, because you could eat faster. And I remember, like, my mom would actually have to write our names on food, put it in the kitchen. We'd be like, Mom, I can't finish this, write my name on it. Somebody's gonna eat it, Mom, write my name on it. I gotta be honest, it was usually my dad, I'm not gonna lie. Me and my big brother would get blamed, but it was my dad. Because he didn't have a bedtime. He would strike in the middle of the night like a thief. Marky and I would be half asleep, and I'm like, what's that noise? Are we being robbed? He's like, son of a fish, I think that's Dad. And he runs downstairs, and you're, no! Get Mom! Get Mom! And she's like, what is it, sweetie? He's like, okay, Mom, remember how you got me Cool Ranch Doritos? Because I don't like anything else. Well, guess what? That was my special treat, and I caught Dad eating my special treat. He kept on crunching them right in front of my face. And I said, Dad, Mom left a note on the bag. It says, please do not eat Marquez. And he said, don't worry, buddy, I'll get more. And I know that's a lie, because Dad never goes shopping. So on a Saturday morning, my mom would hide all the junk food. So she thought it was hidden. 6 o'clock in the morning, my parents were still asleep. My little brother goes out to the garage, and he's trying to lift this trash bag filled with deliciousness. He's so little and skinny, he can't even lift it. He's dragging it like a dead body, like, help me, help me, help me. Help me, and his little heart's going like this, help me, help me. And he puts it right in front of the giant TV, and he's like, I told you. And the first thing he pulls out is a 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew. Guys, before there was energy drinks, there was mother-loving Mountain Dew, twice the caffeine, twice the sugar, and he's drinking it warm straight out of the 2-liter. He looked like a rapper drinking a 40 of St. Ides back in the 90s. He's like, Mountain Dew, Mountain Dew. And his little heart's getting jacked like this. He rips open Andy Cap hot fries at 6 a.m. and he's shoving them in his mouth, backwashing all the hot fries into the Mountain Dew. It looked like a bottle of Goldschlager with all the particles floating in there. Disgusting. He's like, do you want a swig? I'm like, not now, bro. I got ding-dongs. Then he goes all the way to the bottom of the bag and pulls out a fresh box of Fruity Pebbles. That is like Christmas. That's like Santa Claus in July. I want to rip open that box. And he's like, no, you have to be gentle. If we rip it, Mom will get mad. I didn't even know there was a flap on the top of the box. I would just rip them open like a raccoon. He's like, no, Mom will get mad. Gentle, see? Look, the flap. He had the patience of a saint and the dexterity of a safecracker. Because he would pull that bag apart from all 4 corners, and you'd see those fresh pebbles. They hadn't touched air yet. They were a superior product. The first couple bowls of Fruity Pebbles were amazing because they would look soggy. You would let that rainbow sugar milk get extra strong. They would look soggy, but they weren't. The first couple bowls, if you ate them too fast, they were still so crispy, your mouth would bleed like Gene Simmons on the Kiss Destroyer tour. So you just had to get a rhythm, get a rhythm, get a rhythm. You're making that rainbow sugar milk, that stuff was like liquid peyote. It was the nectar of the gods. You would drink it, and dead relatives would show up to give you life advice. You're like, is that you, Pop? Never trust a girl named Karen. Okay, go back to heaven. You're creeping me out. But more than the cereal, what we really wanted was the prize from the bottom of the box. And my little brother could get his hand all the way to the bottom and not even touch cereal. It's like, I'm not touching it. I'm not touching. Hold on. We got tattoos! Best prize ever. You had to lick your arm. I'm like, ain't these pipes up, son? I have a serpent here. He's got trucks tattooed across his forehead. We're 3 inches away from the TV set. Non-stop cartoons from 6 a.m. till noon. Then afterwards, it was pro wrestling. It was the greatest day ever. Ever. Because when you watch pro wrestling with brothers, that wasn't even a TV show. That was an instruction guide on how to hurt each other. They would scroll a disclaimer on the TV. It would say, the following stunts are performed by highly trained professional athletes. Do not attempt these actions in the home whatsoever. I'm not bothering anybody. I'm right in front of the TV. I'm waiting for Hulkamania to go wild. My little brother has already stripped down to his tighty whities. And he's on the back of the couch lining me up for a Macho Man elbow, like, ooh, yeah. And I'm like, you just messed up, brother, because Hulkamania is about to run wild. Good night and God bless you, Lakeland. I love you. God bless.
How about it? Steve Simeone, everybody, come on.
I just took a bite of the driest pretzel ever right before I came on. Give it up for Steve one more time, everybody. Make some noise for Kevin Farley. Ken Miller, all the comedians that you guys saw tonight, make some noise, please.
While you're making some noise, if you would, real quickly for the ladies and gentlemen, the fine sponsors that helped put this together tonight, we want to thank Inside Auctioneers, Tunes and Tint, Garrison Life LLC, Robert Benz Roofing, Teriyaki Madness, also Mannix Pools and Grills, and Williford Flooring. Thank you to all of them for putting on tonight.
Yes, sincerely, thank all of you. Eric and I have met all of you at one point or another, and we sincerely thank you guys for helping us put this on tonight.
And real quickly, if you do have a purple wristband and a lanyard, you're going to want to go over to this side and line up against the wall, and we'll be with you in just a moment. But I think on behalf of us and all of Hall Communications, thank you for joining us for the Eric and Mike Birthday Bash!
I hope you guys had a great time. That's it. We're done. Pay up. Get out. Thank you guys so much.
We'll see you next year. Thank you.
Place late.